What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Chris here at Cullowalla South Farm. Well, guys, this is the video that I'm always kind of bummed out to make. I got to go back to my overseas job tomorrow, so that we won't have any videos for the next 3 to 4 months, unfortunately. So I thought I would kind of do a little bit of a year in review kind of video and just a little status update. I also have a bunch of footage from yesterday. We cut up another huge poplar log. Actually, this one was even bigger than the one we did before. So I'll put all that footage in here of us cutting up that big poplar log. Well, guys, we did a video on the last poplar tree that we cut, the real big one, and now we're doing his big brother. This one is actually as big as we can possibly fit on this mill. So we're cutting this up for a friend of ours that lives up the road that has a tree service. We did take some cuts off of it to try to lighten it up because we're gonna have to flip it. But I figured I'd take a little video of this just because it's probably the widest piece of wood we'll ever do on this mill, because it literally barely fits. So anyway, guys, that's what we're gonna do to start the day with.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. Significant life, just what it was needed, clean in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody is losing. The sparrows will be here by dawn. When we finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
All right, guys, so we're getting there. My buddy Maya is still over there working what's left of the cant. Probably got I don't know, 8 or 10 more cuts, and it'll be wrapped up. And that was a big log. That was a challenge, actually. But this stuff is real pretty, this poplar. It's got a real pretty grain. Lots of real nice coloring. It's really, really nice stuff. So anyway, guys, I think we're gonna move on to what we're working on next. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that footage of cutting that log up. It was truly massive. It was a challenge to cut on the mill for sure. Just the weight and girth of it, it made it challenging. So anyway, guys, if you remember from our last video, we had an excavator here and we were doing some more stumping. We got the majority of the upper field area done. So, and actually we cleared up a lot of the stumps and stuff and pushed them out of the way. Got a few piles of rocks here. But we pretty much got this side almost done. There's a few down there that it was just a little too muddy, so we couldn't get those done. But we did get quite a bit done before it really got too muddy with the rain. So we'll have some more to do when we get home. The side of the field over here, we have probably 2 or 3 days of moving material over there. And then we will have to have the excavator come back. Unfortunately, we were not able to finish up. It just got too wet, and we had enough left to do that. It's going to be another solid day, and I was kind of pretty tight on my budget. So we'll have to have them come back in the spring, hopefully when it dries out a little, and finish up the wetter area, and then the whole field will be done. But I would say we probably only have maybe 3/4 of an acre left. So we've got the majority of it finished up, and we'll be ready for raking and grading this section when I get home in the spring, and then we'll move the rest of the material and rake and grade and seed that. So the field project's coming along a little slower than I would like, but you know, it is what it is. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes the availability is hard for excavating companies. They're very busy, especially this time of year. A lot of them are starting to shift over to getting ready for snow removal and stuff. So, and the ground's freezing, starting to get towards freeze up. It hasn't frozen yet, but we're starting to get some colder nights, and like this morning it's a little crispy up here. So anyway, guys, so you know, the field project was a big goal for this year, and we did pretty well with it. We didn't get it completed, but we got it, I would say 50%. You know, we got the whole south field done, and we got about probably 1/3 to 1/2 of this field done. So we made really good progress, and we'll be able to finish it in the spring when I get home. All right, guys, another one of our big goals for this year was the sugar house and getting our sugaring operation going, which that was a resounding success. We definitely, you know, there's a lot of videos on that earlier in the spring, all the sugaring, building the sugar house, all the work. So that goal was definitely satisfied. I think the next time we sugar, unfortunately, I will miss the season this year. I think we're actually going to increase our taps significantly. I think we're going to go from, we did 115 last year. I think we're going to maybe jump that up to close to 300. I have all the trees marked out, and we'll run the tubing, and we're contemplating even maybe going to vacuum, but we'll see. You know, we'll see what time and money allows, but we definitely want to put some more taps in and possibly upsize our evaporator, get something a little bigger that will be able to handle more taps. So, but all in all, that goal really was fulfilled. We made, you know, I think it was 14 gallons for the season. We actually ended up selling most of that, so we're down to our last little bit of syrup. We've actually sold most of it. There's a small amount left, but I think some of that we're going to be giving away for Christmas gifts and stuff. So anyway, sugaring was, I would definitely say that was a goal successfully completed. All right, guys, we're down here at the wood yard, and this was another one of our big goals that I would say we fulfilled pretty well, is getting the mill and getting things going with the mill. So, you know, I've done several videos on our Wood-Mizer. You guys know about that. One thing I wish I could have done is I wish I could have gotten some more wood cut for myself. Pine for the barn project that we're hoping to do next year. We do have that one stack over there. That is pine that we cut for the barn. So we did get some done, but I would have liked to get maybe a pile 3 or 4 times that size done, which would have been most of the siding that we'll need. And I would have really liked to get some of the 2x6s and stuff cut, but it just didn't happen. You know, we ended up doing quite a bit of work for some other people, which was great. You know, And we had some, you know, some lumber that I didn't originally foresee, you know, the maple tree that we ended up cutting down, the hickory, the oak tree we found up in the woods, well, refound. So we ended up doing a lot more of that cutting, which was great, you know, and that's all wood that we'll eventually either use on the property or, you know, sell off to people that need it. And then we got this big pile of poplar here done from those 2 massive logs that we cut. So, and I have to say, cutting those logs is very time consuming when they're that size. It's a lot of work. So I would say, I mean, that one poplar log yesterday took me and a friend, Maya, about, I'd say at least 4 hours to cut that one log, just because of its size. And, you know, flipping it and turning it is a lot more difficult when they're that big. So anyway, the goal for the mill, you know, that one was kind of up in the air because we didn't know exactly when we were going to get it. So I definitely would say, you know, that goal was fulfilled. We definitely got, you know, got the mill, got used to it, cut some wood on it. So I'm happy about that. You know, next season we'll be ready to really hit the ground running with the mill. I'm hoping in the spring when I get home I can really, you know, really get a lot of wood cut for the new barn, and maybe even get the barn built. We'll see. Like I said, I just didn't get as much pine done as I wanted, so we'll kind of see, have to see how that goes. The other goal down here that we really didn't fulfill that well was cutting up all this into firewood. So we have all these, the big cutoff pile here, I've showed you guys before. I would have liked to get a lot more of that cut up, but we didn't have time. I just ran out of time. You know, there's only so much time in a day when you got other stuff going on, and with the weather, you know, we got some done. We did cut, I'd probably say we cut about a half a quarter out of that, but I mean, there's a lot more wood there to cut. So, all right, guys. So our last major goal was Christmas trees, is getting more Christmas trees planted. And unfortunately, that one we did not accomplish at all. We couldn't get saplings again, so it wasn't for lack of trying. We just couldn't get them. So hopefully, because we should be home in the spring, I'll be able to pre-order some now, hopefully. And I've already talked to a few people. For some reason, if I get tied up at work and I can't make it home, there'll be some people that can help me get them planted. Because we really, you know, the whole goal of this was to be a Christmas tree farm, but if we can't get Christmas trees, we're not going to be much of a Christmas tree farm. So the hope is we'll be able to get, I'm hoping on about 700 to 800 saplings planted next year in the spring. That's our hope. We'll see what happens. We'll see what availability looks like. If we can't get, you know, the bare root seedlings, then I think what I'm probably going to have to start doing is buying plug seedlings and putting them in a bed or a couple of beds and bringing them up, that then I can transplant them. Just because we've had such difficulties getting bare roots. So unfortunately, this goal was definitely not fulfilled. You know, we have our original trees here, but excuse me, that we planted, but that's it. And then, you know, as I made in a previous video, we lost a lot of our plugs that we planted up here from deer pressure and just, you know, bad timing. You know, we planted them on a year that was really wet, and some of them just didn't survive that. There are a few, I would say there's probably 100 or so mixed in that did survive, you know, like this little guy here. But a lot of them didn't. So we're gonna have to go through in the spring and really see what did survive and what we can transplant or move. It'll be a little easier in the spring. We did brush hog up here. You know, we kept it real high to go over any surviving plugs, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, that's kind of a little bit of a year or goal in review video. You know, we did, you know, I would say we did pretty well. We got a good amount of our goals done this year, but you know, there's always room for improvement for sure. So I'm looking forward to getting home in the spring and you know, being able to do some of the spring things, you know, like plant trees. We'll probably have a much larger garden next year. And, you know, we'll be working on the mill and doing firewood as normal. You know, working with a tractor, getting that field finished up. So anyway, guys, you know, thanks for watching along for the last few months. And hopefully I'll be home in April and the videos will start coming out again, you know, every week or sometimes 2 a week, depending on how busy we are. But anyway, guys, like I like to say, If you like these videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And just remember, it'll be all right.